Good morning, Catelynn. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Teen Mom on MTV Family Reunion. Do the girls ever get together and say, wow, time is moving by so quickly?
Oh my gosh, all the time. And then you throw kids in the mix, and when you have kids, I feel like time even goes by faster. It's moving super fast, that's for sure.
All those years ago when Truman was on starring Jim Carrey, we all said, no way, people won't follow stories like this. Oh, well, you know what, Catelynn? We are following your story.
Yeah, isn't that true? Who would have thought,
What have you personally learned? Because, I mean, you have been in front of us and been with us for so long, but in your own personal life, what are you taking from all of this?
I'm taking growth from all of this and helping other people not feel alone. Like I've shared a lot of my mental health struggles, suicidal ideation, me going to inpatient treatment centers. I've shared miscarriages and, family drama and dealing with parents that are addicts. I mean, I've shared it all. And I feel like the number one thing is when I get messages of people saying, you've inspired me to go and seek therapy, you've inspired me to take care of myself or to speak to my parents. That's what's most important to me. I'm helping people not feel alone, and in return, it's helping me not feel alone too.
I love where your heart is on that, and I'm glad that you're not afraid to talk about mental health and things like that. Because one of the things that it's become an everyday thing is that we're losing people because we didn't see the signs, and it just breaks my heart. And so for you to be that open in front of people, you are an answer, and it does get people to reach for that phone.
Well, thank you. I feel like, as far as people seeking help and things of that nature, we have to stop the stigma that mental health is not health. Without a good, healthy mental health, you are no one. That needs to come first. Even before body health, your mental health needs to come first. And like you said, we're losing people all the time. And now this day and age, we're losing men from suicide at higher rates than ever. Yep. And people need to realize that there are people out there to help. I mean, now the suicide hotline has where you can text the suicide hotline. There are avenues out there, and there are people that are out there. People just need to realize that you just need to reach out to somebody.
I've been all over this on iHeart today, and it's and you're right with that connection, because 988 is the number that you can tap into that phone, or you can get the Not Okay app. And I mean, I know we're supposed to be talking about teen moms, but it is so important that people understand how easy it is to get help.
It is, yeah. And you feel lost at a point,
Yeah.
And so I think that's what, I take away from it, even if people feel inspired to reach out to me if they're feeling low. As long as somebody has somebody to reach out to, and as long as we're making an impact and I'm showing people that they're not alone, then we'll continue to do it, Yeah.
One of the things that I've always loved about Teen Mom on MTV is the fact that family roots. It's so important, family roots. Now combine that with the future. What do you go through when you're taking from the past to feed your future?
Honestly, I take a lot of the things that I was raised around and a lot of the intergenerational traumas that I've had growing up as a child. And I really have worked very hard on learning what they are, changing them so that way I can become a better mother for my children. And so that way, hopefully my children aren't carrying on a lot of the generational traumas that I have done. I think that has definitely been my biggest thing as far as being a mom and a 30-year-old woman, is breaking all of those things so that way my children hopefully, will be blessed to not have to deal with a lot of the mental health stuff or trauma stuff that I had to deal with growing up. And I feel like that's been my big motivation ever since having kids, is really trying to put an end and a stop to intergenerational traumas. And, that's exactly what we did on Teen Mom Family Reunion Season 2. It was working on a lot of intergenerational traumas with our parents, our moms. And it was super intense, but there was also a lot of growth.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that's really, really great about your heart is the fact that you went through adoption. But as that mother and with 4 children now, how is everybody gelling together? Because, I mean, I come from a split family, and the older we get, it seems like we're all taking sides. And that can't happen. And I'm going to depend on your show to help teach other people that it doesn't have to be a split family.
Yeah, I feel like as far as like our adoption and stuff, that's something that we're always continuously working on. And thankfully, Carly knows about all of her sisters, and our children know about Carly, especially our oldest one. The other 2 are kind of still pretty young. But making sure that we, keep the door of communication open for the sisters is what's most important. And yeah, I agree as far as like, it's hard for blended families to not pick sides or not have certain tendencies. And that's one thing for sure that I'm trying to break too in my family. It's hard, it's super hard, and it's always a work in progress. But as long as we're putting the work in, eventually the good will come of it.
You guys have been such pioneers in the way of mothers on television, because I grew up with the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family and stuff like that, and we all know those mothers. But you bring reality to being a mom, and I'm just so proud of you guys for bringing this to the television set.
Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely far from those types of moms. It's like, raising kids is hard, and the things that you go through as parents and watching your kids go through, and then it's way different.
Wow. What's a website that people can reach out to you and give you some love, Catelynn?
You can find me on Instagram at Catelynn MTV, and also on Twitter at Catelynn Baltierra. Both of them are verified, so you'll know it's me. If anybody wants to reach out, tell me what they're thinking about the new season, I'm all ears.
Excellent. Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, Catelynn.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay?
Yes, you too.